So I'm going to show you how to use a microscope. So this is a basic refresher course. We're going to start right from the beginning. The first thing you're going to want to do is make sure your microscope is plugged in and make sure that the light actually turns on. You will not see anything if the light's not turned on. The next thing you're going to want to do is make sure that you have selected the lowest objective power. In this case, it's the 4 times objective. And you want to make sure that you actually hear that click, so it definitely is in location. And you're also going to want to make sure that the stage is all the way lowered, so that way we can put the slide on. Before you put your slide on, you should make sure that it's clean. If it's not clean, you can clean it with some lens paper, but remember, don't use paper towel. Okay, to put this slide on, you're going to move the stage clips and center the slide so that the center where this specimen is located in the center of the microscope. This should avoid focusing in on a piece of glass as an edge. Okay, the next thing we're going to want to do is actually find our specimen at low power. So to do this, we know the stage is all the way down. We are going to use the coarse adjustment knob to move the slide slowly into focus. So we can only move it one way. And you're going to look through the microscope and slowly bring it into focus. Now if it goes a little further than focus, that's fine. So I found my specimen. The next thing I want to do is I actually want to center it. Now in your ocular eyepiece, there is a pointer. Now the pointer helps for a few things. It'll help to find the specimen. So what we want to do is we want to actually move the slide around so that we have a specimen at the end of the pointer. And the reason for this is because if we move our objective to a high power, we're not going to find it. So I'm going to actually do it once if my specimens were not centered, and I move it to medium power. And we barely see anything. We see them at the top. So this isn't very good, because if we also went to high power, we definitely wouldn't see it. So we want to make sure when we're at low power, we recenter that slide so that we are definitely looking at a specimen. So here we go. We've got a nice little cluster of specimens here. We're going to go to medium power. Now remember, when it's on medium power, we no longer touch the coarse adjustment knob. We are only going to use the fine adjustment knob. So again, we're going to slowly bring it into focus. If you happen to go too far, that's okay. You can always go back to make sure you've got the best focus possible. And once you do, and you are and you like where your slide is, again, make sure adjusting it that your specimen is in the center. You can go to the high objective power. And once again, only use the fine adjustment knob to make sure that your specimen is in focus. And we have a perfectly focused slide that we can now draw.